Oh, so you were saying so you asked for it. Mm-hmm. It wasn't just like a gift, like you asked for it for the second date.
No, I said buy me a gift.
No,
he said I'm in New York for 2 days, and I said it's too much trouble for me to get back. Then buy me a gift if you want to see me. And then he said, what designer?
No, you said in your pre-show notes, I asked for a Tiffany gold bracelet in order to go on the date, and he complied.
Yeah, literally pre-show note, I spent like 2 minutes typing because I don't really want to type in my tiny phone. So like what I literally just said was what happened. He texted me, I'm coming to New York for 2 days, come hang out with me. I said, no, I'm in Mexico, I don't want to go back. He's like, that is too much trouble, and he begged a little bit. I was like, okay, then give me a gift.
Asked for it. You asked for it.
Yeah, I've asked. That's what happened.
That's the
So
answer.
wait, so he paid for your flight back, and then he also had to.
Was it a round trip? Did he send you back to Tulum? I assume you were in Tulum,
No, I was
Mexico.
in Mexico City.
Oh, nice. That's a fun place.
Now, going around the table on this, do you, if you wanted to go on a second date with a guy, and he said, well, you have to buy me a $2,500 item, would you not just laugh in his fucking face, starting with you?
I would laugh in his face and I would not talk to him.
I would too.
But why? Because he's a man and you're the woman?
Because no, it has nothing to do with men and women, everybody. It has everything to do with what I wanted.
But what if he wants it? It's the same point.
It doesn't matter what
If
he
he-
wants.
No, but
it matters what I want.
So if a guy did that though, like let's say you went on a first date with a guy and you want to go on a second date with him, and he's like, well, it's kind of trouble for me. I guess I can go on a second date with you if you spend $2,500 on me.
Okay.
How would you react?
I just wouldn't go on a date with him.
Would you laugh?
I don't know if I would laugh or not, maybe.
Would you think that's a ridiculous ask?
Yeah, I would think maybe he doesn't want to go on a second date. That's why he asked for such a thing.
You would be such an amazing dominatrix or something, just embarrassing
What
men.
about you?
No, I will not do
Because
that.
they're embarrassing.
You wouldn't do that?
Maybe if I had the money. Not that way.
If you had the money, you would do it? Okay.
Maybe. I think that's crazy after meeting somebody for only once.
Sure.
No, but listen, like I said, I like to spend money on my men, but not after a second date.
I'd spend it on my boyfriend, not on a second date.
Would you do that if a girl asked?
Straight up mental illness. There's no possible way. I can't imagine a scenario where I would even kind of entertain that.
Your man card has to be revoked if you do some shit like that.
Yeah, that's insane. That's crazy. Even if you were a millionaire, the idea that you would because that's actually demeaning. The bow is like respect. To ask someone for a monetary gift in order for their time.
When you have little and you
romantically.
give little, you think that's a lot. When you have a lot, you give a little, that's very little. So it's about how big you are inside.
Even if a woman asked for a $20
No,
bracelet to go on a
he's
date with
not the
me,
one
I
that's
would be
pathetic.
like, no.
It's just
It's the
pathetic.
requirement.
Yeah.
I would say no because it seems like he's depending on me to, I guess, be financially ready for everything
Sure.
else.
Okay. Let's see. You already talked about how you had a threesome with him. You said a guy you just started seeing brought me to their dental school graduation party and I made a complete fool of yourself.
Right. So it's during COVID, and because of COVID, there are a couple years there's no graduation party for his dental school. So he finally had one. So he didn't have one for 3 years, and then he decided to bring me on a second date or a third date. Maybe I'm cursed on a second date or something.
Yeah.
And then So at first, I wore a red dress. He came into my room and asked me to change the dress because he said it would look too much. And then I changed the dress to black. And then we went to the party, and his friend got drunk and accidentally spilled wine on my shoes, on my dress.
Can you tilt your mic down?
Oh, on my shoes.
Just from the back here, from the back. Oh my God. No. Down. There you go. Okay.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
On my shoes and on my dress, and I just broke out crying, and I couldn't stop crying because I feel like I was just triggered by something, and I just cried all night with him, and then he
Okay.
never saw me again.
You said you groped a guy at the bar because you were bored?
Can we
Is
move
this-
on to another person for a bit?
Well, I got to get through all your notes here.
Okay,
so,
sure.
Was this the thing you already told us about?
I don't think so. So there's one time I was at a bar and my friend was hit on by an Australian dude and she's really interested. So I was being a good friend, trying to make conversation with the neighboring. And then this guy has pretty good big arms. I'm really into arms. So I started like, chatting with him, talking to him about his arms. I was like, can I touch it? And I started touching his arms. And like, I just started, you can tell when a guy likes it. So I started, groping him, touching him. He really liked me. And we left contact. The next day he asked me out. But at the time I was like, my therapist was like, don't date. So I decided not to date. I said, no, I'm not dating at the moment. 2 weeks later, I was filming a TikTok. That's when I had 2,000 followers, a little less than. So I was like, I was willing to do anything to increase my views. I was catcalling men on the street. That was one and only time I was catcalling men on the street. And that me and my friend were setting up a camera. And then we did that for 2 hours. And the last 5 minutes, I was like, okay, just one last guy, and then I'm gonna go home. And then this guy walks past, 2 guys walk past in suits. I catcall them, and then they're like, oh my God, I know you. Turns out he recognized me from 2 weeks ago, and then that's how we met again.
Do you
Yeah.
still have therapy?
Yeah.
That's great.
What? What? Can you give me an example of a cat call for a man? Like, what were you doing?
It's not really catcall. Like, I was really just complimenting them. It's really corny.
All right,
It's not
moving it on.
worth
Okay.
You said you were brought
shouldn't have
to
said too much.
brought to a and when you say at least the groping, you were just like touching his biceps. Is that it?
Oh? Sorry, what?
Are you actually okay?
Sorry, I was reading a negative comment
Okay.
about
Just
me.
ignore it. Just
Okay,
ignore
I
it. We'll pull
repeat
it up
the
later.
question.
The-
No, please don't put it back. Okay.
So the groping thing.
Yeah.
It was just like his arms. You were just like grabbing
No,
his
I
arms.
kind of moved it down to chest and the belly and then down a little bit.
You touch his penis.
I
It's
plead
her
the
thing
fifth.
at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah.
You said you were brought to a surprise date at a Michelin star restaurant. He prepared a surprise with a diamond ring and champagne.
Yeah.
How much was the diamond ring?
$5,000 from Tiffany's.
And this was a first date, second date, third date?
No, we were dating for half a year.
Oh, half a year. Oh, okay.
We were serious. Very serious. Like
Was,
talking about
was
marriage
it a
type of
proposal
serious.
or just a here's a gift?
I don't know if I can say that. I don't want to say that here, actually.
So, proposal.
I don't want to say that here.
Yeah, so a proposal. We'll say it for you. Don't
Wait,
worry.
I don't
what
wanna
would be
say.
wrong if he proposed to you? That's
No, it's just for privacy reasons because some people might know like that. So I don't know. I don't want to
Okay.
say.
All right. Let's see.
Are these men rich? I'm sorry, Brian.
It's okay.
I just have to. Are these men rich, or are they like doing the most to get you these things?
Most of them are my colleagues. They're pretty wealthy, but I have dated a poor person before, like people who make less. No, like people who make like less.
No, sure, you can talk about poor people. I grew up poor. It's fine.
No, my parent. Yeah, okay.
So so they're your colleagues. So then you have the same amount of money or close to it personally.
Yeah, but I spend a lot of it on myself. Like I spend so much money on myself.
That's so tough,
I don't
yeah.
keep
Sounds hard.
anything. Yeah, I have a shopping
So
addiction.
hard.
It's
so
really
fucking
hard. It's so difficult to be a woman.
But do you like, because you take so much care of yourself, like you call it, is it like that you expect a man to take care of you in the same way you do for yourself, like financially, with the gifts and stuff like that?
That would be nice.
Does your
Because
father
you
take care of your
expect
mother?
something, right? You expect the
Very
gifts, expect
financially.
everything.
That's where I learned it from. He was the breadwinner. We had a lot of bad things happen to my family, but one thing that was really consistent was that he's really a big gift giver, and I think that's where I got it from. Every time he go on business trip, he would always ask me what I want, and I think that's also. I mean, it's bad, it's terrible, but he used it as a way to apologize.
Are
And-
you an only child?
No, I have a younger brother.
So he expresses his love with gifts.
With
and
gift
stuff.
giving.
Isn't that a little bit lonely as well?
I think among my dad's side of family, we're not very close. But my mom's side give me like a lot of love. So like, I feel like that filled.
But if you look like
That's how my
at your
family does it.
relationship with your daddy, only
very
giving you
lonely.
gifts and gifts, isn't
Yeah,
that
I
a little bit
def-
lonely?
I definitely lack a certain like secure bond with men. That's why I was a serial.
You think? But either way, is it like when you get gifts, is that reminding you of your dad a little bit, the bond that you're having?
Yeah, because you.
So you have a little bit of daddy
psychological-
issues?
I have a lot of daddy issues.
That's sexy.
Thank you.
Okay. So let's see here. You went back to the hotel with a Tiffany suitcase and a bag of clothes I put into shopping bag during our trip that he noticed and purchased. This
So that
is the diamond
trip we went
ring
to.
guy.
So that trip we went to Chicago. That's where I got the diamond ring. And after I got that, the diamond ring happened on the 3rd or 4th day of the trip. The first day I put some clothes in the shopping bag, and when I was napping, he actually bought it and got it delivered to the hotel room in
So he was
Chicago.
proposing all the way down, days
And-
in, nervous as fuck.
And then, so when I got back after
Poor
the
man.
diamond ring, I see a suitcase, and the clothes I bought was inside. It was
Damn.
the
Sims.
best date I've ever
Sims
had.
are like ruining dating for like everybody.
Yeah, do you think you were nice to him? Like, do you think he had like you were kind to him and
Yeah,
gentle?
I'm also a very generous person. I got him a very expensive watch also. Like, for example, I took this person on a date before where it's a surprise Broadway ticket.
Wait,
It was
can
the
you
best
scoot
seat.
your mic to the edge of the table?
Sorry, it was the best seat. It was a surprise, and it cost a lot of money too.
Okay.
I don't think about it that way. Yeah.
So,
Sorry.
anyways, you also said you got too drunk during a date and you were taken by ambulance.
Yeah.
Like you,
So
short version, please, and leave the
Sorry.
mic at the edge of the table.
sorry, just have it. It's just because it was a party, and it was like I was really nervous because he's one of the most attractive guys I've dated. So I just kept on drinking, and then I was like, oh, I want to take a nap. So I leaned against the
Yeah.
chair, and then I just couldn't wake up. They say, but I don't remember
a
that.
quick date nap. People take them.
And then they call the ambulance because they don't know me well enough to know.
Okay, all right.
Just a powerful 10 minutes in the middle of your dinner.
The Asian girl doesn't look anything special if I was hammered. Damn, bro, what the fuck? I'd give her a 4.2. You're a gold digger. I want my money back.
He
Yeah.
wants his $200 back.
Do you want a response, or do you have a response to JJ Matt here?
No, I definitely think some people might think I'm 4.2,
Okay.
but that's
10 out
okay.
of 10 of me, girl.
That's why we're friends.
Okay.
from
Let's
New York?
see.
Yeah.
You said that.
Oh, perfect.
All right, you guys can bond after the show. You said that you like to promote healthy female sexual pleasures, parentheses, orgasms.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
I like female orgasms.
I think guys do too.
Like other people's or
No. I want every woman to know how to pleasure themselves to completion as many times as possible.
Okay. You said you like to encourage girls to do more and date more to gain more experience.
Yeah, more data points. Otherwise, your data will be skewed. It's not complete.
Okay, so like you think women should be dating multiple men at the same time?
No, that's not true. I think
I'm
right now.
asking a question, yeah.
No, I don't think so. I think at this point of my life, I actually do want to date one person at a time.
Now you do.
Yeah, now I do, but I didn't before.
So
Like I
you
said,
were
I just
dating-
started getting serious with
Right,
this
but
guy.
so let's talk about before. You were dating multiple people at the same
Yeah.
time. Would you ever like sleep with multiple people at the same time?
No, because I would be too scared of STD.
Okay.
I get checked like every other week. I'm paranoid
Okay.
and anxious, if you can tell.
Abstinence too.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you would be dating then multiple people.
Yeah, going on dates.
Like, what was the most amount of? I hear this term roster, right? What was the biggest your roster ever was?
Like, I don't think I ever had. So there's 1 week I had a date every single date with different men. But they're all first dates, and I didn't have second dates with any of the men. And there were days where it was so. There were one time on Tuesday, a guy was like, "Can I take you out tomorrow?" I said, "I'm booked up tomorrow. Can you do breakfast?" So he actually came to my work. We had breakfast as a breakfast date, and there's a lunch date also. So it's like I squeeze in, but they never got a second date. It's just not. No, nothing physical
but so
too.
you went on one date every single day of the week
There was a period of my time I did that for. Like,
for more than 1 week.
I don't know, like maybe
A couple months.
I don't know the specifics. I
How
don't
do you
know.
find that many guys
Oh.
that you
I cannot
like
even
enough to
find
go on a
the
date
other
with?
sock to put on. Where do you find those men?
Like,
I
are
don't
they
know,
really
they're just
valuable? Like,
She lives in New York City.
Yeah, she's in New
City
York.
has
It's
a lot
pretty
of people.
dating
It's
app.
true. If you go
That's fair.
out, you can get like 4 or 5 number if you're actually dancing with people and chatting with people.
Do you have a brother? Just curious.
Younger brother,
How old is he?
6 years younger than me.
So he's
21.
21? Okay. I'm just curious, do you think he has like equivalent Like, if he wanted to, do you think he could get a date with a girl every single day of the week?
No.
Why is that? Do you ever talk to him about dating?
Yeah.
Do you think, does he
So
struggle?
first of all,
with
I
dating?
want to just announce he's a very, very private person. And
Yeah, we
if I
don't
say
have to-
anything
we don't have
bad,
to do details.
Tony, please forgive your sister.
Oh.
But I want to do this. Okay?
This doctrine. We can't say anything about Tony, you guys. Everyone be cool.
You call him by his name.
His address is, okay.
Name and everything.
so
Tony. What
go
about
ahead.
Tony?
So
Go ahead.
he likes boys and he's a little feminine.
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Ever growing up, I always thought that way.
Is he bi or is he gay?
I think he's gay.
Okay, well, I can't really go this route then. But
Yeah, I mean-
if he was straight, though, do you think he would?
Based on, I think like he's a little on the short side, and I'm kind of glad he's gay because I think as a woman, I like taller men, so I would feel kind of like,
Wait,
bad
hold
for
on.
him.
He's your brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait,
No, like what I mean for him, because like if he's a guy, like
Oh.
I feel like a lot of women would think, oh, he's short, I wouldn't want to date
Right.
him. So like because he's gay, I feel like it's less. Maybe I might be wrong, but I feel like they're more lenient towards
I
height.
think one of the points I was going to make with this is I feel like, it's not that I feel like, I know. So women definitely have dating on easy mode compared to men. Like, I mean, did you ever go on multiple dates in one day? Like 2 dates in one
Yeah,
day? 3
yeah,
dates?
I have.
3 dates?
I don't remember 3, but 2 definitely.
Okay, you've had two dates. I mean, like, I would say very few men are able to line up like a date with a different woman every single day of the week. I don't know what the percentage is, but. And I was asking about your brother because I like to think about like, okay, well, if a woman of, based on how she looks or whatever, this is her sexual optionality. And if you look at like her brother, which would be pretty close to her, like what would be her looks equivalent, I often get reports from women that they can get laid super easily. Well, I mean, that's a given with women. Get laid super easily, go on dates super easily. But then you ask about their brothers, and their brothers are significantly struggling to date, which is just an interesting, like, your looks equivalent, like somebody who shares your genetics
Yeah.
is struggling to
interesting.
date. Like, it is interesting. So
It
y'all
is
have that shit
interesting.
on easy mode, son. Let me read this from FPV Flight Airborne. Please do an episode with all of the most destructive women. Asian girl, Desiree, the blonde is super hot. Send me a message. Oh, there you go. Okay. FPV Flight Airborne.
There's your husband.
There you go. There you go.
Oh,
she
no,
does.
he's in the military.
Yeah,
Triggered.
tracks.
Yo, thank you, FPV. Appreciate it, man. Okay, we have, let's see. You wanted to touch on daddy issues and trauma. We don't have to go
Yeah,
there.
let's not talk anymore.
But you have been in therapy for 6 years?
Yeah. Yes.
Still, right? You're still.
Has it helped?
Yeah.
Has it?
Yeah.
Okay. I haven't really
Yeah,
heard
just question
anybody-
women.
I,
That's
I,
a fashionable thing to do.
I haven't heard anybody who's like gone to therapy
Mm.
and actually like gotten better.
You know, you are the
Let's say I
average of
did.
the 5 people around you, right? So it doesn't surprise me people around you didn't get better because it seemed like you were not
Well,
getting
the average
better.
for him would be the hundreds of women he
No,
talks
we're
to
not
twice a
around
week.
him, okay? We're not around him. I'm not going to be around him after this.
But you are currently.
I am, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, why is that?
Nothing.
Bro, I wouldn't. You would have, even if you offered to pay me to date you, I wouldn't do that.
I don't
shit.
want to date you.
I don't want to date
think-
you either, bro. You're fucking crazy.
I know.
Bro,
There
you
would
dated,
be murder.
You've dated a fuck ton of dudes. I ain't about that.
You know nothing about anything. You're just making assumptions.
Oh,
You
it's
told
all over,
everybody
it's
that you
all
date
over,
a lot
It's
of-
all over your TikTok.
Oh, really? Everything you see online is real? It sounds like something
No,
you
you're
say.
just saying that you're on TikTok telling about your real life. So that's
Yeah.
not an assumption. You're telling about your real life.
So
And you
just because I tell stories about different men, that means I had sex with many men.
I didn't say that. I said
He
you were
didn't
dating.
say you had sex. He didn't say you were a
What's
whore or
many?
anything.
What-
But you
what's
probably
the
were
com-
having sex with them.
Okay, make another assumption. What else do you assume about me?
Don't get
How
so
about you
offended.
talk
I mean,
about
that's
it?
that's the extent of it.
Okay, cool.
But I mean,
Yeah, move on. then.
you're trying to be like, oh, Brian really wants to fuck me, but gross.
Oh, I don't think you want to fuck me. I think I'm
No,
really
I don't.
repulsed. I know that. Like, I accept that fact, and I actually
Bro,
have
hold-
that prediction. You know, I literally assumed that. As
You-
soon as I saw you, I was like, we literally cannot be in the same room. But I have to, because I said yes.
Why don't you want to be in the same room?
Because of the way he treats women, how he
But you-
questions
I
I don't
You-
think.
no, no, no,
I don't
no.
think you said yes. I think he said yes.
You wanted
we
to
are all
be
on the
here.
podcast.
Ask me.
Oh, okay. He saw your TikTok and thought,
Yeah,
this is awesome.
yeah,
I got to
pretty
get
much.
this girl on here.
Pretty
and
much.
he was correct because this is entertaining.
That's true.
Wait, so sorry. The objection here is the way that I treat women.
Yeah, I just
How?
think that.
How do I
I've
treat
heard-
women?
I don't know. I just think.
What do you mean? You just said it. Go ahead. No, I'm fine. You can air your criticism.
I just said it. I said that the way you treat women, like you make her cry, and you
Well, no,
really
no, no, no,
focus
hold
on the body
I-
thing.
no, hold on.
I'm sorry.
Hold on. I made her cry, or she cried.
And you see,
Well, I don't really think that you're being a very nice person. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna
That's
lie.
just
I think
my
I-
opinion, but-
I mean, I don't care if you think I'm ugly. I don't care.
Hold on. Did I call you ugly?
No, but you
I
called
said
me
you were-
delusional for thinking that I'm attractive.
No, not for thinking you're attractive.
You said you were a 10 out of 10.
Okay, then 9. Whatever you want me to say.
So
it
that-
doesn't matter. I don't care.
I didn't say you were unattractive. I didn't say any of that. All I simply said, because I don't make it a habit to actually give somebody a rating. But if somebody does say they're a 10 or they're a 9, and it's like, no offense, clearly not the case.
Womp womp.
I'm not just
Negative
going to
underscore
pamper you
200
and like just
donated
agree with you
$200.
on everything you say.
Brian, Desiree plus ISIS episode
Who's Desiree?
now.
Now we need
girl
an
from the last
ISIS.
episode.
We need an ISIS one-on-one deep dive into all her social media.
series.
Just review all her TikToks. That's how you're going to get a Netflix deal, by the way.
okay.
Is we do a
think so, yeah.
one-on-one sit down. We do a deep dive on all your TikToks. It'll take 50 hours, but we'll do it.
Gotta add Sheena to the
All right, negative 200. Appreciate it, man. We have another chat here from. Did the girls get pre-show instructions this time about how to better answer the rate yourself question? This is the first time they didn't all answer 10 out of 10. That authenticity is refreshing. Well, there's two things here. One, a lot of the girls, most of the girls actually don't say 10. Like not just this panel, but all the other panels. It's usually 1, 2, or 3. Also, there is a tendency if the first person, this is not just for this question, but any question, if the first person gives an answer, it's going to say poison the well for all the like following people. So
You should put it on paper and
that
slide
is a good
it.
idea. We should
That
do
is a
something
good
like that.
idea.
Name taken, appreciate it, man. But so, what? I guess really quick. So, how do I treat women?
Listen to them and don't question their answer. Every time I say yes or no, you question.
So-
yeah, really? I know. Oh, are you telling the truth? Are you lying? It's like
This is literally a podcast about being
Yeah.
confrontational about.
That's why I'm being confrontational right now.
Mean he acts
Yeah.
like that outside the podcast.
It would be like if you showed up to a gym where they do jujitsu and you're like, all these people keep wrestling me. This shit is crazy. Like you're literally here to confront your opinions and ideas and bounce them off of other people. And Brian is well known for his opinions.
Yeah,
it's
because
crazy
I
that you're
didn't know
surprised
he
right
was-
now.
I am surprised. This is my first time I ever watched the podcast.
You didn't look it up before you came?
I did watch a few clips, but it doesn't represent the entirety of his certain wording in his.
So you
What?
think he's
Hold
a-
on. I called her delusional. That's
all.
it.
And I was very, very prepared for you to say some shit because obviously you do this every single time. And I mean, I've seen the clips and I don't really. I mean, the thing is, like, a lot of these women, I think they're all very attractive women, and I obviously I'd rate them higher. And I'm prepared to get that, like, because I basically knew. That's why, honestly, a lot of these women probably think they're more attractive than they said that they were because they knew you were going to attack them.
All right, but we are on
I don't
his
think-
podcast.
yeah.
He has his opinion. Damn, the audacity of this man.
I'm so sorry. If I apologize,
I'm not
then we will
upset.
move on from this point
No, I'm
because
not.
it's more
horrible.
point.
The
I'm not
audacity
upset.
of
I'm
this
not upset.
man.
I know.
Oh my
but
god.
it's like,
The point of the question of asking someone if they're a 10 of 10, and when you say women are like, oh, I'm answering less than because I believe I'm more, but I don't want to get confronted. That's the point of the question is to be confronted about your possible delusion regarding your place in society or how it perceives you.
I
And
would
he
have-
asks the question every podcast because this is a podcast about women and dating,
Yeah.
and women
You
have
gotta
a
own your
problem
answer.
with how they perceive reality, and he thinks it's interesting to reveal that.
It is
That's why the
interesting to
question is so
reveal.
illuminating and entertaining for people who are watching.
It is interesting. It is interesting to reveal reveal.
All right,
but it's
Go
next
off.
one.
It is
Go
not.
off, Kate.
It is
Go
not
off,
good to
Kate.
advertise. It is interesting to reveal, but it's not good to advertise because it spreads the wrong message. So it is. If I'm to be on your podcast, I want to spread my message, what I believe in. That's why, regardless of question or who he is or what type of podcaster he is, that's my opinion.
Yeah, the
And it's the
audacity
same
of
thing-
And he
Brian.
gave you a
Same thing goes
platform
for
to
him.
voice it.
Yes.
And I voiced it.
Yeah, but
so
I don't
like,
think it
that's
is.
fine.
I don't think it's mistreatment or like treating a woman badly to disagree with them on their own assessment here. Like, I'm not going to kiss your ass. I'm not here to just co-sign and agree with everything that you say.
Because I think for women, Delulu is the Solulu. So we must
It's
be
not.
delusional.
It's not.
In
Darling,
my case, it is.
Be
In my
honest
case,
to
it is.
yourself. It's not.
I am honest to myself.
And you cannot call Brian a dick because it's his podcast. He's still in his chair.
No,
and
you
say,
can call me a
Jesus.
dick. That's fine.
Can I
I
say
didn't
something
tell
really quick?
Go ahead.
But you have your own reality.
Go
I don't
ahead.
know.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
I was just gonna say, Brian is gonna have his own opinions. You're gonna have his own opinions, or you're gonna have your own
Please.
opinions. And I think it's just interesting
The
because
Use her
audacity of
pronouns.
Brian.
Everyone's
My
saying-
God.
Pronouns, please.
Sorry. I just think it's
Rude.
interesting how, I mean, I disagree with how you guys are saying, oh, like you're making girls cry, like things like that.
I do
but it's
also
your choice.
disagree,
It's
yeah.
your choice to be offended and let it get to you.
Yeah.
I'm overwhelmed. I'm not
respectfully,
offended.
you
I
know?
get called ugly every single
And
day.
that's
Yeah,
okay
but
to be
it's not.
overwhelmed.
I'm not
his
calling you
fault,
ugly, though.
right?
But I'm just saying,
not calling you ugly.
But
I'm
you
just
call
saying,
me
like,
delusional
Just saying a 10.
when I'm addressed the fact that I know not everybody thinks I'm attractive, and I know that as a fact. I said that. I said that I think that if I was, but I do think that the average American person is not the most attractive. Let's go to Walmart. Let's look at the Walmart
Yeah.
customers.
But
Like,
that's not the point.
Speak
He
for
just
yourself.
said-
I love a
he
woman
just
in
said
SpongeBob
you're
pajama
a little
pants.
delusional.
Tweety Bird.
Yeah,
like,
dude, I'm about
Yeah, but
it.
he just said you are a little delusional. He said delusional
So
is
what's a
the
5?
solution. So
a 5 is
there's
average.
nothing
like,
going
okay.
on. He didn't say
I guess
anything
that's an
wrong.
average.
Yeah.
All right, next
What'd you rate
topic.
yourself? You said. What'd you say?
I thought I was a 5.
Yeah, and you know how you make your money by being hot. So who like I'm not gonna lie like
By desperate men. That's how we make money. I'm in the industry as well.
yeah, and you're more attractive.
That's
than the
not
average
because
person.
we are hot, because we have desperate men paying us on our platform. That's
I
how we
just-
make
I
money.
I think of a 10 and I think
Be
of
honest,
like
come
Megan
on.
Fox
Go
in her
off, queen.
prime, and I'm like, how do I
would
compare
think
to
it was
Megan
But
Fox?
I didn't
in her
say
prime?
that everyone thinks I'm a 10.
We have to be honest.
anyways.
We're getting paid for.
I didn't
Come
say
on.
everyone thinks I'm a
Okay.
10. I said I think I'm a 10.
Moving it on. More ISIS stuff though.
We can move on. It's been a long time on me.
ISIS need a break.
Do we have time for other people?
like,
You
let
know,
me
so
breathe.
many
Well,
people.
so I'll get through a few
Yeah.
more notes with you, then I'll get to other
Yeah.
people's notes here. So let's see. Would love to share the changes I had when dating from super clingy codependency, poor emotional control and outbursts to mature ways to, whatever. Skip. You said,
But remember that man said that his wife gets salty? I've done that before.
Mike Davis donated $200. When did this show become a therapy session? I don't blame women, they know not what they do. I blame you sucker simps for blowing up mitts.
Word.
A real man works on his game to earn a
That-
high-level female.
That is what I'm talking about.
True. That's Mike Davis, by the way. Yo, Mike. Dude, join our Discord, Mike. I'll get you a role.
Mike, can
Complimentary
you bring
role.
me some
Join.
food? I'm a little hungry.
He does own a bunch of Burger
Oh
Kings.
my God.
Good to see you in the chat, Mike Davis. Hope you're having a good night over there on the East Coast. So, Isis, you said more is more. Always date more, not less. Each interaction is a data point that will enrich you as a woman.
Yeah, like I said,
Is
more
it?
experience is good. You will figure out what you
Is
want.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah. What about all the trauma though?
Yeah, it is hard, but trauma, yeah, it's true. Trauma that doesn't transmits, so you will keep transmitting the trauma. But if you heal, you'll get stronger. And that's what I hope everybody does, is heal.
Okay.
Or
You said
just
you've and you said you wait. Hold on. Where's this thing about serial dater? Oh, you used to be a serial dater.
Yeah.
You've had a lot of turmoil and heartbreak. Might seem like I'm always struggling. All these heartaches gave me exposure therapy and the experience. I would go through them all over again. How long were you serial dating, roster, rotation, whatever?
It's not how long. Like I dated my ex-boyfriend, and since 16. It's always like I already look for the next boyfriend. Already have feelings for the next person before breaking up with the current one.
Okay.
So it was maybe like 3 guys back to back. I didn't give any break
Why do you not fight to stay with one man if you are really in love?
because I was just not
like
in
that's
love.
what love
I
is
guess.
about, right?
Maybe
fighting, continue?
Because I didn't love myself fully. I couldn't love other people, even though they are really loving to me. I couldn't see the value in
But
them.
that is
'cause I
probably
didn't
why
see the value
men
in
do not
me.
marry you yet.
No, it's because I didn't want to marry them because I don't love, like, I don't think I'm fully myself yet.
Well, do you think that you were sad and didn't love yourself in relation to your behaviors?
In relation to
Because you're
So,
saying you're
so when you say
changing
like,
every
oh, I
few
need all these
years,
data
yeah.
points, I should date a lot, but then when I was doing that, I felt worthless and I did not love myself.
That's
Wouldn't
when
that be the opposite of what
that
you mean?
exposed the problem. You know, I was suffering. I was like, why am I suffering? And I realized that,
what
it's
if
because I
the
don't
problem
love
was
myself.
exposed to you when like a person says, hey, don't just date around because it's going to be unfulfilling and ultimately hurt you. You should decide what you want from an intimate relationship and just don't settle for anything less than that.
And are you not
Well,
a little
if
bit
someone
scared?
talked to me like that, do you think I would listen? Of course not.
Oh, but-
I make the same mistake all the time, again and again.
Are you not
Oh.
a little bit scared? Because maybe you are always looking for some kind of trigger, and if you do not have that trigger anymore, you will find it somewhere else and else and else. Are you not a little bit scared you will never find that fulfilling trigger in your
No, I
life?
think I believe in myself.
All right,
Okay.
good for you.
All right. And then let's see. You said monogamy isn't human nature. Marriage has always been an exchange of power, money. We need to be more realistic. Don't marry potential.
Yeah.
So what do you mean by don't marry
I
potential?
think that until this guy has proven that he can financially support me and my future children and our lifestyle, I won't marry them.
Okay. Even if they have the potential to earn down the road?
Yeah, potential isn't real.
You're underestimating the
Okay.
But
power
you
of
see-
like what a couple can achieve
I
together.
agree. I agree with you
And
on
if
that.
you pass up on a guy before he has reached, or prior to him reaching that point, you could be passing up on a millionaire.
But at the same time, there could be a lot of people that match what I like and then fits all the criteria. Why do I have to settle?
You
If you're
say
constantly
potential is
telling
not real,
yourself-
but you believe in your own potential to be a billionaire. So why
Right.
is that man always so wrong in your eyes?
No, they're
Potential
not
is not
always
real,
wrong.
but you believe in your own potential. You probably go home, light a candle, thank God for this podcast and your potential. But you say a man doesn't have potential?
Men have potential. I
But you
didn't
do
say
not
men have
believe in potential.
I didn't say men don't have potential. I'm saying I want the men who already got their bag.
But
That's
why
what
does
I'm
the money
saying.
matter? You
To
could be
me,
missing
it
out
matters
on an
to me.
amazing
But
guy.
you
I
can
could get
grow
an amazing
together.
men who already have money.
But why would he want you? Because you're not
Because
there
money
yet.
doesn't matter. Because you can find someone who's compatible to you that you might think is trash. You know, like
But the
just
kind
like
of
you-
man who would listen to you say this on a podcast and be like, I'm going to marry that girl, do you think he would treat you very well or
That's
thinks of
from
himself
your.
well?
That's your opinion.
Because you have
That's from your perspective.
It is my perspective. That's why I'm
Yes,
talking to you about
because
it.
yeah, exactly. So
But
I
if
think
you
that
have
there
a
are
man-
guys who I think are compatible to me and watch this podcast will be okay because this is me. I can't change who I am. Even if I don't say these things or pretend, this
Giovanni
is what
JD
happened.
donated $200.
Yo, thank you, Giovanni.
Any man
Appreciate
that
that.
would marry any of the prostitutes on here absent complete repentance is a zero.
Not everybody
the
is a
poorest man in the
prostitute here.
world is wealthier
Thank
than
you.
someone that wife's a proud prostitute.
Not everybody is a prostitute here.
Yo, Giovanni.
Disclaimer.
Merci beaucoup. Thank you for the TTS there, man. Really appreciate it. Good to see you in the chat. And now I'm glad we fixed the whole Giovanni TTS robot naming thing. Okay. And so you also said monogamy isn't human nature.
I think it's hard. It takes
But
discipline
for you?
for everybody. It's just against nature. I think for men, for women, I think they're both hard. I
So
think a
you-
lot of people
you-
are tempted.
Have you
to-
ever not been monogamous?
No, I've always been monogamous, but there's been hardship. Like there were dry times we don't have passion anymore, and I don't know what to do. And
But if you really are in love as a woman, if I'm in love, I only see one person. There's one person in my head, my eyes, that my body is attracted to. There's nobody else. If you're really in love, there's just one man, one feeling. Like, that's a woman's thing, right? So how does that work to have multiple men in your life then?
I don't.
If
have
you are
multiple
really in
men
love,
my
if we
li-
talk about love,
I don't fall in love with them. I go on first date with different men. I don't understand what you're talking about.
no, if you're like really in love, you want to have like a little bit monogamous relationship.
I
how
just
would
think
that work?
monogamy is hard, and I think people have to put hard works into monogamy. That's what I'm saying. It's against nature. That's why there's a lot of divorce rate, and that's why I want the perfect man, because I don't want to when they want to divorce him for some dumb reason, you know. Because I dated someone for 5 years. He's wonderful, and I don't know why. This passion was lost. So sometimes love is gone. You don't know why.
That's all
And
relationships.
it's really hard.
The
Yeah.
passion ebbs and flows.
Exactly. So that's
why
I
the
really want to.
commitment
the
is so important.
compatibility, you know, I think
It's not compatibility, it's commitment.
But both, right? You have to have the
No,
same value.
it's well, you have to have the same values for sure, but you have to commit.
There can be times
It's not
when
about
you're not
You have to
compatibility.
commit to the right person, no?
The
What
right
you
person
want.
is the person you choose.
Yes.
You know
Done. But
who you should be
there's
dating?
nothing else needed. If
Oh
you
my God,
choose
I
them,
know
they're
the
the right
perfect
person.
man for her. Guys,
I don't know
You
about
know
that.
who you should be dating?
Donald Trump.
Yeah.
You know, no, Johnny Sins, because he can do everything. Every job, everything. You should be dating him, would be perfect. Oh my God.